any day you waste on a project
Okay.
has cost implications.
Right.
Now, on every construction project, we have three things we manage. It's
Right.
either you're managing time, you're managing quality, or you're managing cost. Now,
Okay.
it's a triangle. Now, consider time at the top, cost here, and then quality. Everything works hand in hand because when you delay, it would cost you.
Right.
When you compromise on quality, it would also cost time because you have to break it down
and do again.
and do again.
Right. Cases of family mismanagement of funds. Harrison, this one, I know it would shake tables, but talk to us about it. People who are building and then they are building through their family. So they had a family member who handles a project. You see, all of this will happen because you didn't reach out to us to handle your projects for you. If you reach out to us to handle for you, you wouldn't have to, go through all of this. But in any case, the person has decided to use a family member to do the project. How could this lead to, the person getting stuck at a point?
Okay, so first of all, there's a gross misconception about the office people, the corporate people. Like we look so
Right.
expensive, they're supposed to be like.
Oh, please, we are not expensive.
You see,
We are not.
yeah,
We know what we are doing.
yeah,
So that in itself would save you cost because we won't do your roofing and do it 3 times.
yeah.
Doing all of that adds up to your costs.
For sure.
Okay, so please, we are not. Please get that off your
Head, yeah,
we are not expensive.
Yeah.
We can work with your budget. All you need to do is to just talk to us. Okay, so Harrison, please carry on. People thinking we are so
Too
expensive.
expensive. Okay, so and then again, like I said earlier on, you need a technical person who really understands the nitty-gritty of construction. Now, a family member who has no degree, who has no idea as to how building projects are supposed to be carried out,
Right.
you entrust your whole property. Now, mind you, buildings are supposed to last you about 50 years.
Right.
Now, among all of your assets, among all of your investments, building will outlast any of them. So why would you want to do anything anyhow to achieve the maximum best? Sometimes I just don't understand it. Among all your assets, this building where you want to sleep would probably take you about 50 years if
Some
properly
even more.
exactly if
Right.
properly constructed.
If properly constructed.
So why would you want to do anything anyhow without consulting an expert? So first of
Right.
all, you need to consult an expert rather than family member. Yeah.
Yeah. And Harrison, you see that bit where
Yeah.
the family member would because they are not an expert,
Yeah.
and sometimes because they also want to pocket a bit of the money,
Yeah.
instead of using this particular tile, they use another one.
Yeah.
I know of someone who's had to re-roof his house for 3 times.
That's
Yes,
solid.
he did a secret roofing. He's had 3 good times. He's not around to supervise it himself.
Okay.
And again,
Yeah.
he's also not using the right person. It's a brother who's managing it for him.
Yeah.
And for the 3rd time, someone had actually moved into the house and then started complaining. It's a newly built house.
Okay.
Started complaining that the POP has started, the water has started seeping through, so you could see the patches. You see, now he has to calm down himself and do it all over again. And it was at that point that he found me. So now we're trying to sort it out. So you see, sometimes it's good to have people around you trust to handle your projects for you. Someone might end up, or a family member might end up not doing the right thing, not because they're trying to pocket some money, but it's simply because it's not their field. You see, they don't understand what they're doing. So they just might end up making expensive mistakes that ends up affecting you as a client. So dear client, please, we love our family members, but let's also get the expert team there to help with the project as well. Okay, Harrison, buttress your point. Again, in relation to preparing as a client, dear client, sometimes we often would get an amount for, say, a foundation. We've done our building design and everything, and already we are so excited. We want to start the project. But the fact that you have money for a foundation doesn't mean you're ready to build. It's why we have so many foundations
Foundations
stack
stuck here.
because you get the money for the foundation, and then quickly we rush into starting the project, and it adds to the increasing cases of abandoned projects. So we do not want you to end up in the same soup. So you have to be ready to an extent. You're not saying have everything.
Everything,
It's
yes.
fine when you even work with an expert.
Yes.
They would guide you. If you're doing a stage costing, the expert would guide you. If you're working with Builderex, he would guide you through the process, so you know how much you're spending at every stage. Then, with you as well, we can plan so that you prepare yourself financially before we start the project. Okay, Harrison. So,
Sure.
preparing is very important.
Important,
But
yes.
then back to the inflation.
Inflation thing.
Inflation isn't within our,
Within a
we can't control that.
yeah.
Okay, so for the contractor and for the client, Mr. Mensah, how should these two people gel together to manage
All right.
that?
Inflation now.
Yes.
So like I said, the preparation is really important.
Preparation, that's
Now,
one.
okay, so in a case where a client reach out to a contractor for
Okay.
a project,
Yes.
now your cash flow, now first of all, any day you waste on a project
Okay.
has cost implications.
Right.
Now, on every construction project, we have three things we manage. It's either
Right.
you're managing time, you're managing quality, or you're managing cost. Now,
Okay.
it's a triangle. Now, consider
Wow.
time at the top, cost here, and then quality. Everything works hand in hand because when you delay, it would cost you. When you
Right.
compromise on quality,
Quality.
it would also cost time because you have to break it down
And do
and
again.
do again. And
Right.
then when you're breaking it, when you're wasting time, it's also affecting cost.
Right.
You understand? So it works hand in hand. So for me, I would. So for clients who are, like I said, have to be
Already prepared.
prepared. Any day you waste on site, like I said, any day you waste on site has cost implications. So your
Right.
money should be ready. Now you
And
know.
our lay mind measures sand in trips. But there are different buckets of the truck that is bringing the sand. So sometimes what happens is the guy comes to quote to you a trip of sand. He actually means maybe an 18 cubic. But because you are not aware, he brings you a 12 cubic. When he tips it down, as a lay mind, you will never see what he's brought you. You take iron rods. When you talk half-inch iron rods, which is something that most people relate to, within the half-inch bracket of iron rods, there are about three different sizes. You can have 11, 11 and a half, 12, 12 and a half. So most of the artisans we send to go and buy as these things, you send your steel bender. I'm not saying all of them, but majority of them find their way around these things. You want half-inch iron rods, it just goes to get you 11 and a half instead of 12. He pockets the difference. Take wood. A carpenter will charge you for wawa boards. Wawa boards is a higher species. It costs more. And indeed, if you check on the market for wawa board, what he has charged you is correct. But what he would deliver at your site for the work is not wawa board. All right, and you will never know, because for you, any wood that looks, is it creamish or something?
Light.
Light cream or something is wawa board. But within that space, there are different wood materials. And then you take odum, which is the most preferred for roofing materials. But within that, you have dahoma, you have all kinds of things. So it's always not the very best to want to do these things yourselves. In fact, those who attempt to take, as it were, the entire thing into their own hands end up eventually losing out, rather than if they had engaged some professionals, people who actually know the market, can tell the difference. There was an instance where we had asked somebody to go get us iron rods, and half-inch iron rods, 1 ton. I know how many pieces should be in there. But apparently, where he buys from, they always take 10 off the number. And hardly do you go to site to say, I'm going to count the number of rods in a ton.
That's a lot of
So you don't do that kind of check. You don't do that kind of work. But there are all kinds of tricks, when it comes to material purchases. And that is why it's always important. Always have somebody who has a certain depth of knowledge in these things to guide you, or to point you the right way or to the right place where you know for sure that they will give you the correct specification and sizing.
I agree, even for cement.
Looking to build your dream home in Ghana? Let's build you a house that's nicer than your neighbors. Build smart, build beautiful, build with Builder Rex. Call or WhatsApp +2 335 318 68215 today.